You guys hear me okay? Oh, okay. Can you hear me okay? If anybody let's hey Ba. Oh my. What's up? Hello, hello. If you're in the chat and you can hear me, please let me know if you can hear me. Okay, let's play this one. Hello, hello. If you hear me, please. Okay. Right. Working. Okay. Looks like it's working. Mm, 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 mm. Hey, hey, hey. What are we doing here? Um, Let me stop. Hey, hey. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Please let me know. Okay. Or do I need to do anything? But it looks like everything's working okay. I apologize. My internet just cut out on me. Oh, such a shame. Hello, hello. Hey dog, are you there? Mark Caesar. I saw Black Atheist rants. I need to see that man, honestly. He's doing a fantastic job. How's everyone doing? Dog, how are you? Hey Mark. I'm trying to get used to um using what you call it, what do you call this thing now? StreamYard, and so yes. How are you all doing? I hope you're okay. So today we're going to be looking at the story of this man. We're going to be looking at how this man got burned during a church service. If anybody wants to, if you would like to join me on the stream, honestly, I will appreciate that. Let's go back to StreamYard. If anybody would like to join me on the stream, I will appreciate. I mean, why not? Let's have this conversation. So I will put the link in the chat if you would like to join me while we have this conversation about this man. And it's actually this happened only recently, so it's not an old event. It's a real life event. What happened recently to this man? My son is using my phone. Oh gosh. Let's see. Let me post. How do you do this now? You post it in the paste chat. Okay, so if you would like to join me and we can have a conversation about this particular piece, that's the link. And but if not, yeah, we could start. I mean, it's 8 minutes already into the live stream. So yes, let me share my screen. 1 second. One second, guys. I'm going to go back. Right. So can you guys see the screen? If you can see the screen, please let me know. I'm sure it is. I can see. I can see. So yes, we're going to be talking about this man who was burned alive. I mean, it's a really sad. It's a very sad case of what could happen to you when you go to church. I mean, if this man had sat in his house and not gone to this event or this place, he'd probably still be alive now. But who am I to say? But it's just the dangers of some of these places that we go to and the things that we get involved in, can be really dangerous. You go to church looking for peace, looking for help, or looking for some kind of community, but then you get to go to church and go and be burnt alive. Shame, shame, shame. My son is watching on the other phone, so that's nice. Okay, so I'm going to start. Let's talk about this. Okay, dog's coming at the stream.
Hello.
Dog, can you hear me okay?
How are you, Esther?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Um,
Hello?
hey, Doug, can you hear me okay? I don't think
Yeah, I can hear
you
you
can hear
fine.
me.
Can you hear
Mm.
me?
Hi, Doomva. Hi, Titan, Uranus. Doug, can you hear me okay?
Y- yes, can you hear me?
Doug has joined the. Can you guys hear me okay? Doomva, you can hear me. That's good. Doug has joined the live stream, but I can't hear him.
Can you not hear me?
Oh, okay. You might join. You might come back later on. Yeah, no, it's not Doug. It's me. Oh, okay. I I couldn't hear Doug at all. I couldn't hear him. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again.
How's that? Can you hear me? Boom, 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 boom. My mic's working fine.
Doug, can you hear me? Um, I can't hear you at all. Can you hear me okay? Because I can't hear you. Oh goodness gracious, I can't hear you. I'm not sure what the problem is. Okay, you know what? Let me stop the screen share and Doug, can you hear me? Gosh, I can't hear him. Hang on, hang on. Ah, so silly. I am so silly. All this time,
Your rubbish is streaming on.
I am so silly. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. I apologize. All that
Es-
time, Doug, my
Esther,
microphone was not plugged in.
oh, duh.
No,
I could hear you all the time. I dropped
not
out. I
not the
dropped
mic.
out and dropped in
I know you.
again because it's just a mic check and everything's fine. It's you donut.
Let me tell you, my microphone was plugged in. Okay, so you could hear me. It was this. I
Yeah,
apologize.
the
Honestly, I'm so sorry. I apologize.
StreamYard queen there,
I'm
right
I'm
there.
ho- I'm hopeless. Okay.
Well, you
Because
was you did have a practice the other night. I was in on the practice while you tried to
yes,
work things out.
yes, yes. But there you go. I mean, these things happen. You can't these things happen. Okay, right. So now we're going to get into this story, right? So I heard about this story and I thought I'll come and share about this, right? How do you go to church and not make it out alive? How do you go to church expecting um to have, whatever you go to church for? Some people go for community, some people go for they go for prayers to be answered, they go for all sorts, but then this man went to church and got burned in the process.
So what we talking? We
Ah,
talking arson, martyr,
and
idiot?
we're coming to it. We are coming to it. I'm going to share my screen so that people can see, um, so that they can see the story because it's on what you call it. One second. It is on Google.
you may want to throw out a little disclaimer
Okay.
if you're going to show a guy killing himself or
No, no, no,
being
no.
burned to
You don't.
death or whatever.
No, no. There's no pictures to that effect. I'm only just going to read the story.
Oh, right.
No, there's nothing to that effect. Can you guys see the screen? Can you
Hmm.
see? You can see this. Okay. Let me go back here. And 1 second. Let me go back to StreamYard. Okay. Right. Okay. I'm just going to read the story. So this happened, right? So this man here, this one you can see. I'm sure I put it on the what you call it now, the thumbnail. So this man here went to church. His name is, what's his name again? I know his name, Badru. So that's his name, Kayode Badru, right? A Lagos State socialite who died from a candle fire incident, right? So, according to Today Reports, that's the name of the paper, Badru had visited a parish of the church in Lagos on May the 3rd for a Thanksgiving ceremony of some youth he sponsored to the Academy for Innovative Art and Technology. So, this man was a philanthropist. He was one of these people who liked to help young people, just to get a step in life and to move, just do things. And he sponsored young people to higher education. And so he went to a Thanksgiving ceremony for some youth. Can you guys still hear me okay? Can you guys still hear me okay? I see a man next to candles. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. That's what I'm showing. And that's the man I'm talking about. Okay, you can hear me. Dog, can you still hear me? Oh, have I taken my my okay,
Yeah,
dog is muted.
I hear
Okay.
you fine.
All right, dog is muted. Okay, fantastic. Right. Let me carry on.
Yeah, I'm
So
muting myself. I was going to let you get on with your
okay.
story.
Okay. So on the 3rd of May, he went for this Thanksgiving ceremony of some youth.
Yeah, no, I can't hear you. Well, I think Esther's unplugged her mic for some
Okay.
reason. Oh,
No,
there she
no.
is. You're back.
Oh,
I was trying to, I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and then I was just going to
I
fill.
apologize.
Right, I'm gonna mute again and let you get on with your story. Then we'll
Okay.
discuss it.
I my computer wasn't plugged. Everything just wasn't plugged in. So okay, I'll go on to my story again.
True
Stream.
professional, you are, Esther. True professional.
Never claimed to be a professional. Never, never.
So you,
If I have claimed to be a professional, I've never claimed to be. I know I'm hopeless with. So let's go back to this story. So now based in Dubai, back to his home, and has gone for some of the people. He and he lit some candles, and a prophet in the church after began spraying to in the his body caught fire, resulting in severe, and he died later in in the hospital. Um, this is the church reacting. The react expected to die the perfumes for spiritual purpose, having them sprinkled a lit candle. It stated that pouring spiritual perfumes in its volatile state with a lit candle violated the provision of the Church of Christ. So it says to the church, Calvary greetings, Jesus Christ, who has called us in due to the incessant use of spiritual perfumes. Note that word, spiritual perfumes, within the church. Eminence has found it imperative for record correction that henceforth spiritual intended to be sprayed or poured with a lighted candle dilute with a light supported culture. Apparently, it is an culture, originally part of the tenant. Now, usage of spiritual perfumes, as of the lighted candle, or shofar, it with water. It is high time a step. We are all directed, wish or member go. This directive will be solely responsible. Okay, so hang on. Yes, the reason why. Now, how this man died, this is just very senseless and just um so he had gone church. Oh yeah, there we go. It says here the socialite was said to have lit some candle, and a prophet in the church began spraying perfume on him to bless. However, in the process, caught fire in severe burns. So, what do you this?
Well, perfumes are generally. Can I just say that your connection isn't great?
Is it not? Okay, one
No,
second. Just is it okay? Just 1 second. I'm going to sort it out in a minute.
I think no. I think we've got the gist of the story. Yeah, I mean, the guy went to pray and he was getting sprayed by perfume and he caught fire.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a tragic accident. But most perfumes are 95% alcohol anyway, which is highly flammable, as you know. It's just it's just another tragic death. But you know, it's not as if he did it himself. Like a lot of people have done because of their religion. They become martyrs or they've been killers because God told them so. There's been a lot of senseless death throughout for thousands of years because of religion. I mean, the
This
Catholics are the worst for it. We know that because they caused all the holy wars. They hate the Jews. They were even involved in World War II. They told Hitler how to mass murder Jews because the religion's shit. End of story. When you're talking deaths, and this is just an accident, really. I mean, God bless the
mm-hmm,
guy.
mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
saying God bless the guy. Well, the guy he used to sort of he got sprayed with alcohol, basically, with fragranced
Yes,
alcohol, and the candle set him on fire and he died. That's just a sad loss of life. But
it is. It is. And it's just terrible. When I see things like this, I think, why the need for all these extra things like candles and like you rightly said, he was sprayed. That was simply alcohol, and alcohol and fire. They don't go hand in hand. It's likely to catch on fire. But the interesting thing is, this is not the first time this particular church has had this event, this sort of thing happen to them. Just 1 second. I'm just going to
we discussed this on your last live stream. Especially in Africa, they go that extra mile to do something, whether it's sexual, it's fulfillment of themselves.
mhm,
It's a typical church leader type thing. They're empowered.
yeah,
They feel empowered, so they do empowering things, and they know the gullible will fall for it. So let's bless penises and touch breasts and do sexual positions,
mhm,
whatever. This is how church leaders think they are. You get the Pope on Twitter. Take his phone away from the Pope. He doesn't. He should not have that phone. The crap he comes out with the. I mean, his latest one was about the Holy Trinity and that, and they focus on that. The Catholics, they focus on the Trinity because
mhm,
they're trying to steer away from the Old Testament, which
yeah,
obviously they have to abide by because that
mhm,
you know that,
mhm,
that was the original bit, and the Old Testament shows God to be not very good, not a nice person
exactly,
at
e-
all.
exactly. And you can't separate yourself. If you're a Christian, you cannot separate yourself from the Old Testament. You just can't.
Oh,
It's part
absolutely.
of. No.
But but the nonsense continued in the New Testament. The virgin birth. I mean, that's not how things happen. And we know that. We know how people get pregnant. And see how I saw it. Joseph, her husband at the time, he was obviously, well, I don't know, was he her husband because she was a virgin? I think he
Well,
may just be a bit on the side, a boyfriend at the time.
the scripture says that she was betrothed to him. So maybe they weren't married.
Well, what did Joseph have erectile dysfunction? Because
I
surely on the
I
wedding night, he's meant to smash the shit out of that, isn't he? That's the Jewish way. You
I
you
couldn't I
get
couldn't
married and well, in them days, there was in the Catholic days,
yeah.
and in Muslim, the Muslims still do it. You on the wedding night,
Mm,
you they hang in the morning. They hang the bloody bed sheet out from where the hymen was broken and bled, and so they hang from
yeah,
the
yeah,
window the bloody bed sheet. And
yeah.
and this
They
still happens in Muslim law, but this happened a lot in Catholic and Judaism and all of that. This happened. So was he married to her, or was he just their boyfriend, a bit on the side or wherever? Either or, it doesn't matter because she was not a virgin when she had that baby. She,
so Okay.
Well, if she was, if that that makes Jesus transsexual, doesn't it? Surely, because all he's got is female genes in him, and he's a male, so that makes him trans.
Oh wow. That's
If you look at it
something
that
I've
way,
never no, that's something I've never thought about. No.
Esther,
Um
here's
yeah.
what really happened. I'll tell you what really
Okay.
happened.
All right. All right.
Now,
Bring
in
it
them
on. Let me hear you.
in them days,
Mm-hmm.
Romans were kicking in a lot of doors.
Right.
Joseph was a carpenter, and he worked for a 24-hour carpentry company. So he was out
Mm-hmm.
all the time fixing doors. The Romans were kicking in. And Mary obviously is bored at home on her own, doing knitting and whatever, doing her colouring her paintings and whatever. She got bored, so she started frequenting wine bars, because wine was the big thing out back then, wine and mead.
Mm-hmm.
And she was up one day, she was getting her boobs out, she was dancing on the tables, all wind up. And she met a bloke who backscuttled her in the back alley. And she told Joseph, she says, "Oh, an angel came down and made me pregnant. That's why I'm still a virgin to you."
Okay.
And that's what actually happened, I reckon.
Oh, okay.
Mary was just a slut.
That's what you think happened.
Well, no,
But
just extrapolate from that and make fun out of it, because it's all nonsense. She was never a virgin. But
well,
if you're gonna, it's just one of them stories you have to laugh at and just think, well,
mm-hmm,
you have to brush it off that people do believe in it, so let them get on with it,
mm-hmm.
unless they know another genetics way. Because in the Bible, don't forget, you're not allowed. Knowledge is bad.
Yeah.
Knowledge is forbidden. It's
But
only the
then
way of God. Well, it started with Adam and Eve. Do not eat from that tree, and that was a tree of knowledge.
mm-hmm.
Because if you eat from the
Okay.
tree of knowledge, you encounter donkeys and snakes and other animals, unicorns and other animals that can talk, which is all, well, it's a lot of bollocks, really, isn't it? You know
Mm-hmm.
that. I know that. Everyone who's listening in knows that. Unless there's any theists in the chat.
Now the trouble is I cannot I'm not sure if people can hear me. That's the thing. Because I had to leave for a second and come back. My internet's looking good.
Yeah, it's
Um
back to normal now. I can hear you. You're not breaking up. You was breaking up a little while ago, but
okay. I just wanted to be sure. So I'm not we're not just speaking to ourselves.
I don't think we
Mm.
are. Well, you got the controls. You can see how many people are in chat.
Yeah, I could see a couple of people in the chat, so yeah. Anyways, never mind. We'll carry on. It looks like we're good. So now the other thing I wanted to do now is to show another story, right? Just to let you know, this is not the first time this so there's some churches where they believe you should wear white to church and you shouldn't wear shoes to church. And I don't understand how there's so many churches and all these different rules and regulations. Don't do this and don't do that and don't it's crazy. It's just crazy. Just one second, let me share my screen.
The Muslims have continued with the no shoes, though, haven't they? They don't allow
Yeah,
shoes in the mosque.
no, no, they don't allow you wear shoes to the mosque today.
I mean, this is at the threshold. This is
Right.
outside them. I mean, as soon as you enter the mosque, that's holy land, as far as they're concerned.
Okay, can you see let's go StreamYard. Okay, so can you see this
Yeah,
showing on the
just as
screen?
for
Okay,
shade
right. Yeah, Shade. Her name is Shade.
or
They,
shady.
they 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 pronounce it a bit different. So now this is a petition, right? And if you see her neck, right, she was burned just the same sort of way. One second. So this is just I want to go to okay, right. Now, see, just wanted to go to where the story begins. She was a paragon of beauty not long ago. but she now wears a new look, which some will consider her scary and frightening. Prophetess Folashade Esther Ogunsheye of the Celestial Church. In the midst of celebration, one of the church workers called Elijah allegedly sprayed perfume, known in celestial parlance as onola, on the dancers while they were lighting candles. I think that's lighting, which some of them were holding. The perfume caught fire and Shade was set ablaze along with three other members who had joined in the celebration. A pastor in the church who had come to the rescue was also affected by the fire. However, Shade was the worst hit as she suffered severe burns and still suffers severe damages as a result. Until this day, we wonder why such a terrible fate will happen to her. She warned them not to celebrate the trance she was in. She was in a trance when all these things were supposed to be taking place, and she warned them not to celebrate the trance she was in, that she
Well,
didn't want noise.
when you say trance, Esther, is this a
Mm.
self-induced trance or is it a hypnotic sort of?
To me and you, it will come across. It is self-induced. It is.
So
You
sort of
get
a euphoric trance,
you
yeah.
get exactly you get in this euphoria,
Yeah,
and you get people, so she was a prophetess. So
right.
the assumption is when she goes in that trance, she is sort of
Mm.
next to God in some kind of way. She is in the high heavens, and when she comes back to reality, she might come with messages for
Well,
people.
I'm not being funny, but she didn't prophesy that very well, did she?
Of course not. Of course not. Because if you were in a trance and you caught on fire, whatever you were doing in that trance, you come out of that trance straight away. Well, if you were communing with the high heavens and the heavenlies, and you were in a trance, of course they will warn you, wouldn't they? They would warn you and tell you, no, we think you should go back now and go and sort yourself out or something. I don't even. It's crazy. I'm not trying to make light of her circumstances, because that petition was actually started by myself. To be fair, I
Can I
started
can
that
I can I
petition.
start another petition for African churches?
Okay, what's the petition, Doug?
Fire buckets during service.
Right. Okay.
Fire
And what's
buckets
the
of
what's
water
the
and fire extinguish literally on the end of every pew.
now the thing you must understand is not everybody uses candles and scents and perfumes in church.
Well, no, the perverts say bless penises and vaginas and things like that.
Did you see my last video?
Well, I was there for the one well, I saw the penis one, yeah, blessing
Which one?
penises,
Which one?
the blessed penis one.
I've put one up today. Did you see the one
That was
today?
the one I watched, yeah, the penis one.
Huh? Okay, one
The,
second. Let's go find it. Maybe you haven't seen this particular one. Go to YouTube and yes. Interesting. Burnt, no, not the burnt. Go to my channel and yeah, your channel, and not that one. Where is it? There you go. Just one second. Let me share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Go to African Human Share. Okay. Um. Can you see? Can you see the video? Hang on, hang on. What have I done?
Yeah, I can see it.
What? Just 1 second. 1 second. I didn't share the
I
I
think
didn't
I think
share.
Atheist Mo wants to join actually.
Okay, just one
So
second. 1 second. Let me get this right. 1 second. Go to StreamYard. Go to okay. Go to share. Can you guys see at least see the video? Because I didn't share the audio, so you wouldn't have heard it.
yeah, I can see it.
Uh, yeah, you can see it. Okay, right. So let me go back into StreamYard now. And did you say Atheist More wanted to join?
Well, it says keep him in mind for the next stream. I think he wants to get.
Okay,
I think he wants to get involved.
okay. All right. Keep me in mind for your next stream. All right, fantastic. I've got something interesting for the next one. Um okay, so let's go to okay, let's play the video now. Okay. It's only a short video. Ah, it's this here. This I don't know. Okay, stop.
Well, Esther, that's an empowered pervert. That's all that is. It's an empowered pervert.
an
He's got.
an empowered pervert. You can say that again. I mean, at what point do people start to realize that this is not good? However you look at this, however you dress it up, however whatever's going on here, it is wrong on so many levels.
Well, as I said, these are people that have given up their basic instincts of sex. We said this in the last live stream. They've given up
Yes,
that
yes,
basic instinct to follow their path of God, but their body is telling them, "No, you need sex. That's what you're here for." Your body is telling you that. That's basically written into your DNA. Multiply, have sex, regardless of who it's with or why it is. You know, fortunately, we've got the ability now to um, have sex with. Well, no, we always had that ability. That's why it was a thing in the Bible of men having sex with men and women having sex with women. It was always there. It's instilled in us, and that's why
yeah,
it became Bible law. That's wrong because
yeah.
someone said it was wrong, and then they made up with God. Who God says it's wrong, so it's all wrong now. But it's not. That's it. That's the way animals were. That's the way animals behave, and we're animals.
I mean,
And this is them getting their kicks out. This is them repressing their sexual urges, and they get out in their other ways. Like that priest who had that real attractive African girl bent over in all sorts of positions. Well, why did they have to put her in a bikini? Why?
exactly. And he was fully dressed.
Exactly. This is perverse.
He was he was fully dressed all the way and
Well,
even had his bow tie and hat on.
to be fair, it wasn't even bikini. It was actually underwear. She was in
Yeah,
her underwear.
lingerie. She was in lingerie.
Why does she have to be in underwear? Surely you can show a position from being fully clothed, can't you? But yeah,
Yeah.
this is the. I'm not going to blame the priests. I'm not going to blame that
No,
guy for
I
touching
will. I will.
penis.
I will. I will. I
Well,
will. I will.
no,
How dare you? How dare you do that to listen, if you look at the way his hand was going up and down,
yeah,
it is obvious. He was trying to cop a feel.
no,
He's
he's
trying
gay.
to
He
he's trying
is.
to size up He's trying to check out the size of the man's penis. That's what he's trying to do.
His orientation is gay, and
Hmm.
and this is how I can see why they do this. This is their release, and their release is touching up other men, and he gets away with it under the guise of being an empowered pervert.
Yeah. I mean,
But and the other guy, you had that girl's lingerie. She didn't need to be in a lingerie, and she did it in front of a full congregation. But
did you see how embarrassed she looked?
of course, why wouldn't you be embarrassed? You're standing in your underwear and getting molested by a filthy old priest on a microphone. Why would you not be embarrassed? But this is this is the brain fighting the urge. That's what it is, and the only way they can get it out is by becoming colossal perverts, and it's sad, really. And I don't blame them. I really do not blame them, because that urge is there, and you cannot fight a natural urge. You
No, you
cannot
can't.
fight it. It's impossible.
You,
It's like trying not to scratch when you. Well, the men in the chat, they'll know when they get up in the morning. You got that urge to scratch your nuts. It's like fighting that. You cannot fight that. You've got to scratch. You've got to scratch your nuts. That's the way it is. It's life.
there's a video.
Nature.
There's a video that's been circulating. The only reason why I can't put it on my channel is because there was a bit of nudity, and I don't know how to erase stuff or to hide what this video was about. Right, a pastor, Mrs. She's a lady pastor, lady prophetess. She blesses the men in her congregation by asking them to suck on her nipples. Right, so she is in an event. She's got the microphone, and she's with the, and then this man comes forward, and she brings out her nipple and asks him to suck on it. And this is I've got the video. I've got it. But I don't know if I can put it on or not, if I should or shouldn't, But her breast
You,
wasn't
you,
her breast
you,
wasn't particularly showing, I don't think. But I will put it on, actually. I will put it on. Worst
yeah, but
case scenario.
the disclaimer is this is for educational purposes. That's
Okay.
what it's for. So we learn that what these people in church do. This is for educational purposes. If
I
you,
mean,
this the amount of naked women on YouTube is incredible. If you look at people who are, if you look at bikini waxing, if you look at naked yoga, and there's
yeah,
colossal amount of perverse stuff on YouTube, but they put it all under, if this is for educational purposes only.
purposes. Okay.
But it's not. It's for perverts. It's just a way to get. Well, I can't say perverts. I mean, porn is a natural thing. I'd watch porn in my youth or in my past. Not anymore. I'm too old for that now. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with porn. That's the way life is. There's people who can't get it.
Someone said you're never too old for a bit of fun. So why
Well, when
not?
your dingaling don't work like mine, because I had a stroke,
Okay.
then
Okay.
it's a different thing. Because
Yeah, that's completely different now.
yeah,
That's completely different.
if you can find me a working ding dong, Esther, I'd love you all night long, girl, all night long.
You know what I'm going to do?
Go on.
I'm going to get the contact details for this pastor here, the one we just saw.
Don't. No. Yeah.
He might just be able to do the trick.
No, he's a pervert.
He might be able to put his hand on there
That's it.
and
That,
make it
that's
work.
that's his sexual release, and that's how he's. But he's exploiting God to do it. Basically, he's basically being a pervert in open.
Mm-hmm.
You may as well be doing it
Yeah,
in
that's
a
what he's
mall.
doing.
As long as the people around and believe in God and they're stupid enough to think he's doing good, then he'll get away with his kicks. But he's basically just getting his kicks here. I mean, in what part of the Bible does it say wank off a man? It doesn't. I mean, the Bible is sexually perverse anyway, in a lot
Atheist,
of ways.
Atheist Mo
But
says, I should attend these churches. I'll get laid. Atheist Mo, listen, the thing is, you will get laid, but you'll come back with your pockets empty. The whole idea of all these things you're saying is when they're done with the shenanigans, when the pastor and preacher is done with the shenanigans, guess what they'll do? They will get their they pass the plate. They pass the plate, pass the offering collection box, and you've got to put something in the box. Yeah, you've got to put something in.
yeah, exactly. Don't forget, Esther. There's people that like to watch this sort of stuff as well. That's why it's filmed. There's people that get their
Oh,
kicks from
okay.
that. There's people that get their kicks from watching feet and people getting stomped on, and people have get their sexual urge from all sorts of places. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm done with porn. I'm too old for porn
Too
now.
old. Okay.
Oh, and Robert X says, and hello, Robert. Robert X says
Okay.
he's too old for it. I'm too.
How do you how
When
do,
I was watching porn, it was like the women were like Ewoks. It was just hair everywhere. I mean, it was just
how do
boom.
you show how do you make the things to show the comments so people can see on the screen? Hello everyone. Hello. So we've got in the chat, we've got Atheist Small, we've got B, no just B, no just
Hello,
B.
B.
We've got Harmonica Man. Now we've got Purple Rhymes with Orange. We had Doomba before. We had Science Explains. And yeah, so we were talking about this particular man who was burned alive during a church service. He was a philanthropist. He supported people, young people in Nigeria. He sponsored them to go to school and to have an education and to do something with their lives. But then he went to church. He attended one of the maybe I should put up his picture 1 second. um
We'll give context. He wasn't burnt alive as some sort of martyr.
okay,
He wanted
okay,
to do it. It was an accident.
right.
He got sprayed with some sort of holy perfume, which was basically alcohol, and the candles caught him on fire, and he died.
Yeah, so that's him. Yeah, can you guys see the screen or
Hmm.
okay? Yeah, so yeah, that's him. He's gone to church, went to uh, attend one of the services for one of the people, some of the people he sponsors to school, and is now the church where he goes to. You can see him in his white robe. In this church, they believe in wearing white robes, and you don't wear any shoes when you go to church. And they burn candles, they've got incense, they've got perfumes. So apparently he's lit a candle, and the priest or pastor, one of them, has gone and sprayed. Now, from my little research, it looks like if the pastor's happy with you, they can, they spray you this nice perfume, but it looks like the candle and perfume, everything all just got mixed together, and boom, he was
Yeah, a
set
tragic
ablaze.
a tragic accident.
A
That's
tragic
all it was.
accident, yeah. And also we looked at another case as well of this lady. Can you guys see this picture? Can
Hey,
you guys see
Purple,
this?
how are you? I can see Perps there. I always go online with Perps on Thursday.
Actually, oh, do you? One second. We looked at another. There was another share screen. One second. Another. Oh no, hang on. Come on, what am I doing? Share screen. Chrome tab. Yeah, this one here. Share. Okay. Yeah, we looked at. Can you guys see this picture? Can you see that picture?
You can see it.
The other
This was
lady.
a lady
Okay.
that
Yeah.
suffered a
So this
similar
is
fate but didn't die. But she got
she
severe
didn't die.
burns from
Yeah.
this this dodgy perfume.
Yes, the exact same thing. She's gone to church, and they've gone same church. Well, not maybe not the same building, but the same sort of church where they light candles and they spray this perfume, and they spray this perfume to the people who they love and who they think, the pastor thinks. And in this particular man, the man who this live stream is about, in his case, it looks like he was loaded. He had money. The more they spray you this perfume, it looks like as if they appreciate what you're doing for them. They love you. Maybe he's given tons and tons of money, and they want to, spray this man this thing, and in a bid to spray, he's just caught on fire. That lady as well, a
But
petition.
it's a sad
Carry on.
thing. Yeah, candles and churches go hand in hand, without a doubt. I mean, every church you've got candlesticks and candelabras all over the place, whether they use them or not, but they're there.
Mm,
And this perfume to be so flammable, I'm guessing it's the sort of perfume I used like 30 odd years ago when I first started going out in the town looking for women.
yeah.
Perfumes like Mandate and Pagan Man and High Karate and things like that they were called. I mean, if you smell them now, you'd throw up, but that's how we used to smell back in the day. But
Mm-hmm.
it, this, these are incidents. They're no more than an accident. We should be focuses on um, the wanking vicar, the wanking
Okay.
pastor, the guy who likes to
Oh, that
pull men
one.
off.
Oh,
I mean, this is the perversion of uh, the, that they can hide under. I mean, the atrocities that human beings put
I've
have
had to go
have
through.
hidden have hidden because of God. I mean, they've hidden it. God
Mm-hmm.
told us, God,
Mm-hmm.
this is the way God wants it, and over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and they're still getting away with it now. They're still, touching children inappropriately, touching people inappropriately, and sexually, basically in a nature where they don't understand, where these people don't understand it, but they're doing it, and they're
Mm-hmm.
getting their own kicks out of it, which is fantastically wrong. And well, you're later out of. Fortunately, I got a religion when I was a child, but I was beaten out of it. I spent 10 years angry, an angry adolescent and teenager,
Mm-hmm.
because I'd lost all of that. I'd lost the path, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't ask to be like, all because I questioned dogma. But that was my story. Well, people who have grown into adults
Can I?
through religion and then have lost it. I can imagine it would be a lot harder to get out of that, a lot harder to um, move on, if you know what I mean. If you spent
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
virtual lifetime of worshipping something that all of a sudden is gone, all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's a realization, but whether it's a realization or not, that goal of eternal happiness afterwards. And
Mm-hmm.
why it has to be a two? Want to live forever? I mean, that's just nonsense.
Mm.
No one wants
Can
to
I?
live forever.
Can I show? I'm going to show some pictures. One second. I think this particular pastor, the one who was touching the penis, I think I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure. How do you let the chat thing show on the? But never mind. That's not important. I want to
Tell
show
them.
some. I Let me share screen. Share. Share screen. Icon photos. Okay. I'm going to show just some pictures.
Bye, Mo.
Okay. Can you? Oh, bye, Mo. Bye. Can you guys see what's going on here? How do I? Oh, can you see what's happening here? Uh, Hang on. Okay, do you guys see what's happening here? So that's in the middle of the service. Now the pastor has got one of the members. That's the member in the church, right? That's one of the members. He's got the member to put him on her back. I don't know what on earth pastor. So the pastor, this is pastor. Pastor has pastor has his microphone. He has his micro. I'm trying to. How do you make this bigger? How do you? I don't know. Yeah, but these are grown men. Have a look at this. These are the pastor's guards, and these are grown men. Look at them there. But look what he's doing to this lady. He's making her carry him. What he's got his microphone in his hand and handkerchief. What he's trying to prove, I don't know. I think what might have happened here is the lady must have said, "Oh, I don't want my pastor walking on the bare floor, so I'm going to give him a piggyback ride." Now another okay, let me show another picture. Just 1 second. Right. Can you see what's going on here? I don't know how to make this bigger. Oh my god. Let me go here. Okay. Can you guys see what's going on here? Doug, can you see?
I can see something. What's he doing to her?
So that's a speaker. This thing is the speaker.
Right.
That's the pastor, and that's his microphone, and that's a member under the speaker. There's somebody under here. So
Right.
there's someone on the bottom, on the bare floor. Then there's the speaker on top of the person, and the pastor sitting on top of the speaker. I don't know what these people are trying to prove. I don't know what's going on in some of these churches. I don't know what's on earth. I don't know. These are some of the things I see, and I think this is ridiculous. Just another picture again. Let me show you this. Can you guys see this? Can you see it? Let's see.
Yeah,
Go
I can see
to.
it.
Okay, let me make the picture bigger. Go to StreamYards. Yeah, these are members at the bottom. Those are these. Okay, so he's stepping foot on. This is one person here. That's another person there. These people are supposed to be in the spirit. So I think the idea here is the pastors want to prove to people, I'm so powerful. I can put these people in a trance-like state, and whatever I do to them, nothing will happen. Here, look, I can step on them, I can jump up and down on them, and nothing will happen to them. Right. Let me show one more picture. 1 second. There's another picture. Oh yeah, this one. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm. Is that a child?
No, they're grown adults. Everyone is an adult in this video. But this is okay, so these look like members of the church, and they both have microphones each. So pastor stood up on the chair and he's put his foot on. So yeah, this is church. Sorry.
Well,
Um
you've got to understand that religious, especially the Abrahamic religion, is incredibly misogynistic, and women will be nothing, and children under a certain age, whether male or female, will be nothing. I mean,
mhm,
obviously, in the
mhm,
Bible, if you were disrespected by your children, you threw them to the lions, or you stoned them to death. That's the way it was, and I'm gathering it was like that. I know it's all because of religion, of course, but and you get these people that go, "Oh, God, he or she or whatever." They don't even bother putting she in there. God was a he, according to these
mhm,
people.
mhm.
God was a man, and this is what you see when you see these the. I mean, how hard? I mean, my local in my village, my church in my village, which I go to actually because
Yeah,
it's a good
you
social.
told me about it.
It's a
Yes.
good social hub, to be fair,
Yeah.
especially after lockdown, catching up with the rest of the village. Because I live in a tiny little village. But anyway, that's a female priest. But imagine what them female priests, they are probably the actual believers of them people, them females that are not in it for the money because they were always picked upon through life, through their religion, because they're being female. To become a priest or a vicar had to be a hell of a struggle.
Mhm, mhm,
And you look at the churches, oh, they're allowed. I mean, these were news headlines that women were becoming vicars and priests and
mhm.
whatnot. But obviously, in Catholicism, that'll never happen. Never.
No, no.
It'll always be a dirty old pervert sitting on that golden throne, always. Because
I,
Catholicism are probably the most sexually oppressed religion on earth. That's all I've got to say.
mhm, mhm. I've just put the link in the stream if anyone wants to come and join in the conversation. I'm not stopping too long, but yes, I put the link there if anyone wants to join myself and dog and yeah. Some of you like Noxum I can't pronounce this. Noxum Volpenher. Noxum
What's a
Volpenher.
Volpana?
Volpana. All right. I've seen your exposure videos of African churches and what they do to people. It's a power play. Trying to convince people that God exists by tricking people with foolhardy performances.
This is one thing I've always wanted to ask you, Esther.
Okay, go on.
What do you search to find these? What do you type into Google? Do you say mad, crazy African religious stuff? I don't know what you type in. What do you
Okay.
type in? It's quite interesting because you seem to find all these weird things. Well, you didn't know about what I said about the blood sucking of the penis of the
Oh
Orthodox Jews.
yes, yes.
I found that by accident. That was a few years ago when I heard a child died of herpes because of it, and two children died last year of herpes because of uh, metsits. I can't say it now. Metsitsta, metsitsta,
Misisba.
metsitsta,
Misitha.
which is a ritual sucking of baby's penis,
Mm-hmm.
circumcision wound, which is if that isn't a perversion in itself. Which obviously, I mean, all these Bibles say we all get made in God's image. Well, why did God give them a foreskin then, and they have to chop it off?
Exactly.
This is perversion. I can
It
understand
is.
it. They think it's a cleanliness thing, but wash, you dirty
What
bastards.
what why would you put a baby's penis in your mouth? What's the reason?
Oh, I
What's
want
the
to know why.
idea
I want to know why
behind it?
the rabbi has fucking herpes in the first place. I've gone
And on
52 years without an STD. This is
ah
a religious guy with fucking herpes.
Interesting. That's interesting.
That's the thing you got to ask. Where did the rabbi get it? What the fuck is he getting up to behind people's backs? There's a guy.
So,
One rabbi was banned last year in New York because so many kids are getting herpes from him, and what's he up to? Why is he getting these STDs? I've gone 52 years on this planet. All right, the
mm-hmm,
first
mm-hmm,
the first 15, I wasn't really interested, but so the rest, I've never caught an STD in my life. Always been sensible, but
mm-hmm,
maybe I'm regressed sexually. Why haven't I caught an STD?
mm-hmm.
But yeah, why? How have these rabbis got herpes in the first place? I know people say, oh, cold sores is a type of herpes, but that's rubbish. It's like saying, oh, nits only go to clean heads.
I only found out recently. I only
Nits
found out
go nit,
recently.
nit, nits go to any head, and cold sores got nothing. It's part of the same illness.
I only found out recently that cold sores were herpes simplex
No,
virus.
it's part
I
of the
had
same
no
virus,
clue.
but it's got nothing to do with it. Well, because with this, the babies are dying of a sexually transmitted, which is a very aggressive form of herpes. The cold sore will just come out on your lips a little bit. You get stuff from
Mm-hmm,
the chemist, get rid of it. But the herpes he was dying of were the aggressive side, which are normally sexually transmitted type of herpes. But where
mm-hmm.
did Rabbi get it from? What's he been up to? Because
Exactly.
the Orthodox Jews, they shave their women's heads and
Mm,
they put them in wigs, and they have sex with them through a hole in a sheet, and the woman is has no life whatsoever. It's
mm-hmm,
terrible. And when she has her period, they're locked away for them 5, 6, 7 days while they're bleeding. They're locked away basically,
mm-hmm,
and that's
mm-hmm.
it.
So
I, I,
you asked me a question. Sorry to interrupt. You asked me a question. I was going to answer that question when you're done.
yeah, I'm done. Go on. I
Okay,
can rant
okay.
on all day about religion. But I know Purple wants to join, but he's just going to check with Sloth Girl. She was in
Okay, okay,
hospital.
okay.
She was in hospital
Oh,
recently, but she's
oh,
home
was
now.
she?
She's good. But you just need to check with her, make sure she's all right,
Okay,
and
okay,
hopefully
okay.
Purple
All
will
right.
join. Purple's a quality guy, very clever man.
Oh, bless him, bless him. So you asked me a very good question. So when I started questioning religion, I started asking myself, why do I believe what I believe? Is this belief is it rational? Is it logical? Is it those sorts of questions? And I joined groups. I joined groups of people who were asking these questions and people who, some had made their way out and some were questioning. And in these groups, we get people post videos. They've been to church. They've taken a picture. They've been sent a video, and they started posting these things in the group, right? And that's where I used to get these photos and videos from. So I'm quite active on Instagram, and so I put them on Instagram, and sometimes I get people actually send them to me. They say, "Oh, we don't want to put this on our page, but we think this might interest you." So sometimes I've got people, oh yes, someone sent me a story which I would like to do um next time with atheist smoke, you know. th- They send me this thing and say, "Oh, you started a YouTube channel. I think this might be good for your channel." So that's how I get it. And some of them, they're still in the religion. They still believe, but they're just not brave enough. Some of them are still
Yeah,
caught on.
they obviously have their serious doubts. What do you mean not brave
Yes,
enough?
they're not. They're
I
not.
can understand that people may leave a religion because it won't leave a religion because it could be detrimental to their health
Yeah.
physically because someone probably will kill them. And,
Hmm.
and and people are under that threat throughout this world, and they are. I mean, look at a lot of the Muslims.
Yeah.
there's beheadings daily in deep Muslim states, and and a lot of them, especially under the Sharia law, they'll behead someone who has disrespected Allah, but they will also go into a school and behead the children as well, and the wife and the family. They will just eliminate a whole generation of people, because this is what religion is to people. It's a load of nonsense. That God is this, God is that. Fucking show you God, and then you can do these things. If God is there and He said, "Yeah, fuck it," if Allah turns up, which Allah is basically our God, turns up and says, "Yeah, I want that whole generation of family beheaded," they put people in stacks and throw them off cliffs. They still stone people. They still do these ancient, evil, horrible methods that no one moves in on. All we're interested in is the oil, especially where America's concerned. All they want
Yeah,
is the oil.
yeah.
They don't care about the religion. Crack on with all that nonsense.
You can kill yourselves if you want to. But
And
the thing
can I
is,
can I just put my own disclaimer out here?
okay,
I've
one
got
second.
a lot of Muslims.
Let me see if my camera. Oh yeah, there we go. My sister will just put my
I,
camera back.
I just want to say, Esther, I've got a lot of Muslim friends that don't think like this. That think that side of, but you got to understand, like Christianity, Muslims have their denominations of their religion as well, and a lot of it is bad. Some of it is bad. Some of it is very good. So you've got that spectrum in Muslim, in all religion. I mean, look at it. Look at Hinduism. There's 33 million gods in Hinduism. I mean, how do you even
How
put that
many?
into
How
33,
many?
33 million?
Ooh,
That's
33
that's a fact, and
million
that was
gods.
yes, and that was 10,000 years. Well, 6,000, 7 or 8,000 years before Christianity. But
Wow.
yeah, there's actually on average about 33 million. I think that's give or take. If you typed it into Google, it would say 33 million. But I'm sure
Okay.
no one.
Wow.
Well, you got a computer. Type in Google how many gods in Hinduism, and it'll tell you 33 million.
Let me tell you something. So because I'm originally African and relocated to the UK, over there it's a norm to have children circumcised. It's the norm. Whether you're Christian, whether you're Muslim, whether you're in between, it's done. And so only when I moved to the UK that I realized it's not actually the norm. Some people aren't circumcised. And then
Well,
also, oh, really? Are you saying there are men who aren't? And yes, there are men who are not. So I started wondering, so what's the idea behind circumcision? Whose idea is this? Where did this come
well,
from?
well,
And
this dates back to Isaac,
yes,
in the Old Testament,
uh-huh.
a cleanliness thing. But don't forget, Isaac tried to kill his child under God. So obviously he drank a lot of wine to be hearing voices. But I'm guessing back in then, mental illness happened. You had your schizophrenia and things like that back then, and your ADHD, and that's just what. It's just that now we've got the ability to sort of recognise these sort of mental disorders, but people were like that. But yeah, I think it was Africa though that started. Was it female circumcision?
Hmm. Yes, it still
which
goes on in some
which is
places. Yes,
basically
still goes on.
I mean, I believe it's a 50-50 ratio whether the girl survives this
And
procedure.
I will tell you this. I know of some parts where, because when circumcision is done, usually it's done when the child is a baby. really young, whether male or female. They do it when the child is really young. But in some places, right, I know a particular culture in Nigeria where they wait until the girl is at least over 10. They wait until she's the age where she can remember. And so if you inflict pain, she'll
This is
remember.
it. I know
So
these procedures are done without anaesthetic. They're done by some
absolutely,
witch doctor or
lady, they
pastor or
just take
whatever.
you to auntie's house.
But
And when you get there,
they don't. All they do is clip off the edge. I mean, clitoris is quite a big organ in a female body. It's about 10 centimeters long. It goes deep inside, and there's a lot of nerves obviously attached to that because obviously, I mean, this has taken away this sexual. They're trying to stop this sexual urge. That's what it's
that's the
what
whole that's the
religion's
whole
all about.
idea. That's the whole
Exactly.
idea. That's the
That's
whole
what
idea of
exactly.
waiting until the girl is from at least 10 and up to do the circumcision. And why? What's the rationale is whenever she wants to go and be promiscuous, whenever she wants to go and cheat on her husband, when she remembers the pain that she went through during the process of circumcision, then she'll not she would stop and not bother to cheat on her husband. The plan is we want to get her ready for her husband, make sure she is, good and ready, and so that she doesn't, this is the big driving force, so she doesn't bring shame to
So
the family.
this is the misogynistic thing we were talking about earlier.
Uh-huh.
This is
Because if
where
she if
females
she
are.
if she brings shame to the family, then everybody's there's disgrace.
Well, that's in the Bible. A female must be subservient, and a subservience that they have to do these days is humiliating to a point where you get them on Twitter where go on, you can go on Twitter and then you get these nut jobs who are advertising this to be a subservient person, a woman who is only there to please their man, and life is with religion is shit. It really is. But we're never going to get rid of it. Esther, you and I are going to be long dead, and
Absolutely,
uh, uh,
absolutely. It's not going to happen
our,
in my time. No.
religion's still going to be going strong. I mean, they've got so many tricks up their sleeve. I mean, we've talked about this. They bring like philosophy, entomology, and all that nonsense into it because instead of bringing evidence, here's
Mm,
God.
evidence,
Here's the
evidence,
evidence.
evidence, and religion don't go hand in hand.
They will.
They're two opposites. They go this way, not they
Yeah.
never
No.
come
All
together.
they've got is the what ifs. All they can bring is
Mm,
what if this, what if that, and that's your philosophizing and your things like that. There's no other argument between them, and most of it, I have to admit, especially the big money makers, your Ken Copelands and your Kent Ovens and your Ken Ham, they can't. No rational, logical human being can believe the shite that they spout.
mm.
But they know the gullibility in people. That's why they've got the money. That's why they make the money because they can see the gullibility in people and they exploit it to a point where these people get so delusional they go out killing people in the name of God and doing things in the name of God. It's just wrong. There was what's the name? I saw him on Oprah. He was only about 12 years old. His old man was a pastor.
Who is that?
Um, he was a kid.
Oh,
He's about 12
I
years old,
saw
and
that video. I
he
saw
just
that video.
stood
This
on
boy, he was just spewing rubbish.
he just
Yeah,
stood
I
on
saw it.
street corner. He was like a evangelical
Yeah,
preacher at
preacher.
a
Hmm.
child. He got expelled from school. His siblings went the same route, and that's just parental nonsense,
Yeah,
indoctrination.
he was asked, he was spewing all these things from the Bible, and he was asked, do you
Yeah.
understand what you have just read? He couldn't answer the question, but he could memorize. He had memorized this scripture. He was just spewing it out, and that's why children, we need to guard children. We need to just when you take children to these establishments and religious organizations, many a times, the children have their section, while mom and dad have the two areas of brainwashing. Well, I call it brainwashing. Maybe not for everybody, but I call it brainwashing. Mom and dad are over on that side, getting the adult version of brainwashing. Kids are on the other side, right, where they have the. I learned how to. I can tell you every book in the Bible. It woke me. You wake me up from my sleep and say, Esther, tell me the books of the Bible. I can tell it to you because that's what we were taught at the children section, and that's where it all starts. And that's why I I I I think children need to be guarded, protected from this. For some people, it does a lot of damage. Religion does. For some people, it does a lot of damage. I mean, after I left religion, I started asking myself, who am I? Who is this person? Who I felt like I had lost my identity. I could okay, so what's good now and what's right and what's okay, this was regarded as sin before. Now it's no longer a sin. Okay, I can do it now, but then I still feel so uncomfortable because all my life I believed it was a sin. But now I can do it. I don't feel the guilt. But it just feels so awkward and feels so uncomfortable because I'd gone how many years believing it was a sin against God. It's crazy. And all these things was from when I was young. I was a child learning all these things. So yes, Noxon says the African humanist is being promiscuous, is already being promiscuous, being on this channel by herself. You can say that again. For some people, yes, the woman is not allowed to be out on her own. The woman is not allowed to speak to a man who isn't her husband or her brother or her relative. Then she is, she's regarded as a sinner, or she's promiscuous, or she's crazy.
Well, I don't think you're promiscuous. I think you're a rock star. You joined this community
A
just a few months ago, and look at the mark you've made on it. You've stomped right in there, sorted us all out, girl. So you're doing all
oh,
right.
thank you. Thanks.
But yeah, this is what I was saying earlier about coming out of religion as an adult. It's got to be, you've lost the whole meaning of life there. But as a child,
Mm,
when I came out at 10, even then, I still believed in God. I was just, lost. Why can't I question this? And the reason you can't question this is it goes back to Genesis. You must eat from the tree of knowledge. You don't want to, you can't learn of these things logically because it goes against the Bible. Logic
mhm,
and reason goes against the Bible, and obviously it does, and we know this. But this is why I was constantly berated and beaten. But from a child, I had that chance to learn and teach myself, and I did. I went on this learning spree. Once I got past the anger and
mhm,
the crap, why God forsaken me? Let's say, as Jesus said, God had forsaken me.
mhm,
He does that a lot to a lot of people, obviously. But he forsaken me as a child because I wasn't allowed to learn. But I understood once this, because even at 10, although the Bible was thrust upon me, I never bothered reading it or taking it in, but I've read it many times since, and I sort of understand now what they were on about there. That it is so one sided that you're not allowed to know what's happening in reality
mhm,
while God is there. God takes over your reality, and it's quite a sad fact of life for many people. The money makers of America, the money maker religious people of America, know this is nonsense. But as I said, they exploit these people. A lot of people are looking for
Yes.
that.
Yes.
And even this year, especially after the last 16 months with COVID and that, there's been a lot more depression, a lot more mental anguish and things like that in the
Mhm.
world.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, uh,
Mhm.
and it's just forcing this sort of I need it out. I need someone to show me the way. And this is where religion, they shine on detriment.
Mhm.
Basically, they shine the war. They love war because they'll get straight in there and make people better with a sandwich. But you can only have the sandwich as long as you pray for it. As long as you come with us and pray in a circle, then you can have your food. They love it, and they will indoctrinate people who are desperately in need of something. The deeply vulnerable are the worst.
Mm. True. True.
And who are the most vulnerable people on this planet? Are the children,
Mm. Children.
because
Yes.
they're just an empty vessel, and let's fill them full of God.
And
Uh,
that's why child abuse can thrive
this,
in
this is
churches.
child. This is child abuse.
Child
This is.
molestation in the
I think.
Catholic Church.
I think religious indoctrination as a child is worse than what the Catholic priest did.
Mm-hmm.
They can both last forever, but you've got the ability to say to go and shoot your abuser in the head,
Yeah.
as in the Catholic priest that abused you, or whoever abused you. You've got the ability secularly to go and shoot him in the head and say, "Yeah, I'm done with you now." Whether you go to prison or not, it's your decision.
Mm-hmm.
But with God, you've not got. You can't go and shoot God in the head, fucking your life up. And this is why religion is just, but they have to bring evil into it as well. They have to bring hell into it and
Those and
evil.
evil.
That was late. That was a later thing in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Mm-hmm.
if you don't do this, if you don't do that, you will beget this. This is what will happen to you. And as I said, religion is run on fear and money. That's all it is: fear and money.
It is. It is. Absolutely. It is. Anyways, I'm going to try and round this up. I think we've done an hour 30 minutes. I don't like long live streams. I don't because it's hard to get people uh concentrating for longer than 15 minutes. If you can hold them for longer than 15, you're doing a fantastic job. So I don't like making my live streams really long. So yeah, I thought I'll come and share with you guys. This man, unfortunately, on the 3rd of May this year, went to church, and accident happened in church with the candles and perfumes and burning. It's
Tragic. Change your
and
practices. That's the thing. Change your
he
practices. Learn by your mistakes that this stuff is flammable. Change your practices. Use water. What happened to holy water? Why don't you spray it with holy water?
he
Would there have to
he
be a perfume alcohol?
he'd only been married for 4 years, so he's left behind a young wife, and now all the people he's sponsoring at school, these people now, now there's nobody to do that for them. A life has just been taken away, unfortunately, very very unfortunate. And yeah, like you were saying, Doug, people just need to, when you're going to church, whatever church you're going to, sometimes ask yourselves, does this make sense? What's why does this God need? Because it's not every church that does this. This particular one, in the God in this church, needs the candles for your prayers to be answered, needs your perfumes, needs your incense, and the things. And then
Need
you
your
have to
money.
ask. Ah, yes, very important. Your money is the top priority. They need that money. This God somehow you they ask you for money when they need to build and when they need to whatever they need to do. But when you need money, you're supposed to, look above and pray to God for some money. So mm-mm.
Can I just make a small point, Esther, before you wrap this up?
Okay, go on.
We have these people, these organisations all around the world that you get these texts and they say, beware of scammers, beware of this. People who ask you for credit card details, people who ask you for money in this way, people who do this and this and that. This is what the church does all the time. They are nothing but scammers. They
Mm-hmm.
are scammers that are getting away with it in front of your eyes. Wake up, world, and stop the scammers. They are basically scamming you. They want your credit card details. They want this, and they'll Robert Tilton. You send him money for prayers. He wants you to pray for him. Yeah. So this is a televangelist. I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
Esther.
Mm-hmm.
So
Scam scam evangelist, you mean?
you'll send him $10, and he won't pray for you, but he says, "Oh yeah, I'll pray for you." And people will do this because people are vulnerable. People needs something,
Mm.
but he'll send you a thank you letter back with a $1 bill in it. He'll send you a letter back with a $1 bill. Now you can send that $1. You can take the $1 and do what you want with it, or you can send the $1 and the letter will say you can send more with it. And it's just an urge for you to send more money.
Oh,
It's
to
just a
send more
it's
money.
it's a scam. It's all a
Mm.
scam. It's
Mm.
always be a
Mm-hmm.
scam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Kenneth Copeland with his two jumbo jets. Why do you need two jumbo jets? You got one arse to sit on, you fucking devil-looking prick. But they'll do it, and But as I say, we have these organisations to say, "Oh, you got these Indian guys, you got these Nigerian printers phoning you saying, I've got this smart gold, but I just need you to send me 3 grand so I can get it shipped to you, and you can have half of it." All of this
Mm-hmm.
nonsense. They're all scams, and people do fall for them, and they get more and
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
elaborate.
Yeah.
And the most physical, basic scam that's been in your fucking front of you for years, religion, we ignore. Why do we
Mm-hmm.
ignore that? Because especially in America, it's just a huge, huge business as religion. That's why there's so many. There's 40 odd thousand. Well, I said it was 30 odd thousand, but you've corrected me on that, Esther. Last time
Mm.
we live streamed, said it was 40 odd thousand now.
40,000. Yes.
Who, who? This is why they are cropping up, and they all argue with those, and they all have different aspects on religion. Why? It should just
Mm.
surely, if religion was so straightforward and so in your face how it should be, we would all get it. But you don't, because they're all fucking screaming out different things. It's a scam. The whole lot of it is a scam. But sadly, they preyed on enough people to make it to make it a tragedy. Really, it's a
Mm-hmm.
tragedy how religion has behaved in this world throughout its ages. With you can go through the holy wars of death. You go through what the Vatican have done, and the Catholic Church, your paedophilia. You can go through all these people shooting up schools in the name of the God, or because the devil told God. What? It doesn't matter. The devil is religious. Satan is religious.
Mm-hmm.
It's all religion.
There's no Satan what exists, none at all.
The voices in the head is a mental disorder. It's got nothing to do with God say. But they do question when you say God told me to do this. These courts question that, and they do. They question it. They'll give them a reduce it, and they'll give them that extra help. When really it's just a fucking nut job.
Mm. True, true. Do you know when I was still a Christian, My belief was there are fake pastors and there are real ones. There are fake preachers and there are real ones. There are fake priests and there are real ones. I believed that there's some real ones. But the moment I left religion and looked back, I just nah. They're all
Yeah,
I don't some of them actually
yeah. So
believe in what they're
yeah,
preaching. Some of them
a lot of them
believe,
do. A lot do believe. A lot of them are
yes, a lot of them
really, and a
believe
lot of them
that,
are good. I can't deny that. A lot of them are very, very good people.
yes, they believe that there's a voice speaking to them what is God.
Well, we know there's no voice speaking to them. They just believe they got this calling to do it
But
and be
the
nice.
trouble is,
And that's just that's their own personality. They just want to be nice. And
mm-hmm,
why do they need a god to be nice? Why do they need this to be nice? Why
mm-hmm,
do they? Why would a murderer or a potential murderer need God not to murder? Why would he need them 10 commandments? Thou shalt not kill, not to kill someone. Why does he need God for that? I mean, surely he just wouldn't kill someone. You don't want
mm-hmm.
to. Obviously, that urge is there already.
But somehow he forgot to put in those 10 commandments, thou shalt not own another human as a slave.
Well, as I
Thou
said,
shalt not own another human as property.
we're going back to Exodus now, but you've got far worse atrocities if you go through like Leviticus, and then
No.
you go through Daniel in the First Testament. That's just a book of nonsense. The same as Revelations in the New Testament. That's just a book of nonsense. You never see anyone explaining the book of Daniel or explaining the book of Revelations because it's nonsense to everyone. It's just it's basically the Bible talk speaking in tongues. It is. It's
No,
just total babble.
but the revelation is supposed to be just that, a revelation, a vision. Because if you look in Revelation,
Yeah,
this person is
yeah.
saying, I was taken up in the air and I saw this vision, and I'm thinking, hang on. So I'm supposed to believe that this person's revelation slash vision is what's going to happen in the end times. Most of those stories, they just make no sense
Well,
at all. A
this is
dragon with
it.
seven heads and 7 horns, and
Well, they're meant to be prophecies. Revelation and
somebody some
Daniel are meant to be prophecies. But I know there was a Jewish rabbi had a go at explaining Daniel.
okay.
But he just changed the whole meaning of time to make it fit. It was just nonsense. But well, that's the Bible. The whole Bible is rubbish. We know it's rubbish. I'm not going to say there's some good stuff in the Bible. No, there is. There's obviously some niceties in every book, but even in a book about Hitler, there's some
Of
niceties in
course,
there.
of course, of course.
But
You're right.
to make it to actually believe in these monsters and ghosts and it's basically J.K. Tolkien on
Mm-hmm,
speed
mm-hmm,
on LSD, let's say. Whoever wrote that, well, we know thousands of people wrote it because this has been timelined.
mm-hmm,
Um, it, because obviously English, the way we write it, there was no such thing as in the old days. There was no such thing as like contractions and that, and apostrophes and all that nonsense. But
mm-hmm,
so they can timeline the way language progresses as well, the way we write things, and basically, well, so they know there was different people that wrote each book, hundreds of
mm-hmm,
different people
mm-hmm,
over hundreds of years. But because Paul was obviously the founder of the Church of England, it was Peter that was it. Peter was hung upside down on what is now St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. Um, but you know, but the Roman, that was a normal way of killing people. Was cruel. Obviously, was just nailing them up to a piece of wood and letting the criminals just die over days.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Bible, even the Bible says Jesus was a criminal. A criminal. He was an enemy of the state. He was
Mm-hmm.
he was treasonous. He got up to no good. He was always hiding in shadows. He had his little gang. Obviously, I think he was like the T-Birds of his day. I can imagine it dressed as John Travolta in Grease, the T-Birds with the
Mm-hmm.
quiff.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine him with a leather jacket,
Oh gosh, you say that again.
Church of Jesus on the back,
Mm-hmm.
jeans, getting up to no good. And that's what Jesus was. He was up to no good. He was against the establishment, and
He
this is why.
was. He was.
And this is why he didn't die for our sins. He died for his own criminal acts. That's why he died.
Anyways, I'm going to try and wrap this up now. But before
Yeah,
I
do because Al can go on and go on. And I love you, Esther. I
before
don't want to bore you to death.
it's okay. It's okay. Before I finish, I'm going to put a call out. I know some of you I'm connected with you on Twitter. I'm not very active on Twitter, but going forward, I would like to hear some of your stories. How did you make your way out of religion? Now I'm not very I haven't been out of the religion for a long time, and some people quote unquote think I'm under some kind of spiritual attack, and there's prayers going on to to get me back in the fold, but I think I want to try and just hear other people. How did you make your way out? What was it exactly that you saw? What was it you heard? What was it you listened to? Or how? Because I'm hoping that some people who would see some people like, oh, she's got a YouTube channel. Let's go and see what she's doing over there. They might hear something and would start to realize, okay, this belief isn't quite it's not it's there's no it's not rational, it's not some of the ideas and things I believe just aren't quite there. So going forward, I would love to have some of you just come on and let's have a chat. I want to hear your stories. We've got in the chat Noxum, Robert, B, just anybody, as long as you identify as an atheist or agnostic. I would love to hear your story. So yes, now before you all go, I've got a little treat for you guys. I hope you're ready.
Wasn't I the treat?
Oh yes, Doug, you're always the
I
treat.
thought,
Especially that picture up there, your profile picture. I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, I've got a treat, right? I recorded this song yesterday, and I was thinking, as an atheist, sometimes you I tend to listen some of the songs I loved as a Christian. I still love some of them, although I just listen for the sake of listening. So yesterday, I don't know if I've told you guys, I was a member of the choir. I loved singing. I enjoyed. So yes, I wrote a small song, and yeah, I this is my little treat for you guys. So just it's not all there all day. I just recorded this on my iPad. So yes, I'll play it. Just 2 minutes long, and then yeah, you can tell me what you think about the song if I can find it.
I'm going to
Where
mute.
is it?
I'm going to mute.
Okay, okay, let's see. Okay, I think we've got it. Let me mute myself so can no, 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 I'm not going to mute myself. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let me know if you can hear the song. Can you hear it? No, not that one. That's the wrong one. Did you guys hear that? Doug, could you hear that? Okay,
Yes,
starting
fine.
starting again. We don't need Jesus no more. We don't need Jesus no more. For whatever he came to do, his daddy still ain't happy with us. We don't need Jesus no more. We don't need Jesus no more. We don't need Jesus no more. For whatever he came to do, his daddy still ain't happy with us. We don't need Jesus no more. I don't need Jesus no more. Oh, 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 oh. I don't need Jesus no more. For whatever I choose to do, his daddy still ain't happy with me. I don't need Jesus no more. You don't need Jesus no more. I can assure you that. You don't need Jesus no more. Let me tell you why. For his name was never Jesus. His daddy still isn't happy with us. We don't need Jesus no more. 'Cause we don't need Jesus no more. One more time. We don't need Jesus no more.
Now, I was actually thinking which one are you, the higher or the lower? But then when your voice came in and said, "Yeah, we don't," that was just hilarious. That was brilliant.
They were both my voices.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Oh, well, good.
Them two voices were mine.
I thought it was yours at the end coming in going, "Oh, yeah, we don't."
The two voices were mine. So because I was in the choir, so I can sing, you can sing different parts. Yeah. So I used to.
Well, I used to be in a rock and roll blues band till the age of 35, and we were good.
Yeah. Okay. So, because we're not on YouTube, you're not allowed to play people's songs without copyright strikes and all these things. So I thought, okay, I find time to. I just sat down and wrote this little song. I don't need Jesus anymore. Love the beat too. Where can we get this tune? I just recorded this yesterday. Just on a whim. I just thought, you know what? I'll just quickly, and it turned out not too good. So for now, what I will do, I will sort of do like a little video and have it on my channel. We don't need Jesus no more, because whatever he came to do was pointless. Really, it was pointless, and I don't need Jesus no more. You know why? His name was never even Jesus to start with, because it was the Hebrew. I think, was it the Hebrew language? When he was Aramaic. Yes, it was Aramaic language. And there was no letter J. So they came up with the name Jesus. So it's pointless. Why do I need Jesus again? Someone tell me.
Because Jesus is pronounced Jesus, and he was Mexican. Simple as that.
Mm. Okay, so Noxum just asked, where can we get this tune? I will put it on my channel. So watch this space. I just need to, clean it up and have myself on the track. I think it's a track, and
Well,
yeah. So
it is. It's called right. We don't need
don't need
Jesus no
Jesus no more.
more. We don't need Jesus no more. No, we don't.
For whatever he came to do, his daddy still ain't happy with us. We don't need Jesus
Jesus
no
no
more.
more.
Anyways, thank you. That was my little treat for all of you.
Thank you.
Um, Thank you once again. I will be putting the message out on Twitter or just anyone who wants to come. If you've got time, an hour and a half, you want to share your time with me on my channel, I'd love to hear your story. And also somebody, especially this is my pain. My pain is seeing Africans who haven't got enough. They haven't got any money, and yet they still go to church and go give their 10%, and the pressure. People who haven't got are being taken advantage of. It hurts me to the core, and I'm hoping that as we carry on and go on, my channel, your channels, we people will start to, it might be something you would say and they think, I better think about this and not go to this church no more, or I'm not saying stop believing. That's not what I'm preaching. All I'm preaching is just stop and think. Ask yourself, why am I believing what I'm believing? Why do I do the things that I do when I go to church and all? Look at the gentleman who was burned during church service. Why? Because he had to light a candle. They have to spray perfumes. Why is your God not satisfied? Why does he need perfumes? Why does he need candles? Why does he need money? Why does he need all these things? This your God. So that's all I'm preaching. So thank you all very, very much. Everyone who's joined, Noxum, Theo, Richard. Richard, I will be contacting you soon, Richard. We've had B, not just B. We've had Robert. We've had
Purple.
Theo. Um,
Yeah. Well,
Yes, we've had Purple. Yes, we've had Purple, and who else did we had? Um, Black Atheist Rants. He's somebody who I caught on to him on Instagram, and let me tell you, he was. I started following him, and my goodness, he takes no prisoners. Black Atheist Rant. He takes no prisoners. He just says it as it is. We've had Atheist Mo and Harmonica Man, Science Explains, Doomver, Titan Uranus, and yeah, and Doug. So
hey,
thank you, Doug, and thank you everyone for coming to this live stream. I'll be back for more, and watch this space. I've still got tons and tons of those ridiculous videos, prayers for the penis, prayers for the breasts, prayers for
I,
uh
I, I
the
have a
pink.
shell. I have a shell.
Ah,
I have something to shell.
have you?
Yes.
What have you got?
We don't need Jesus no
Jesus no
more.
more. Hey, 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 hey.
Ooh.
All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a lovely. I never asked for these new celebrations of new moons and the Bible. Okay. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you all, and I'll be back again soon. Thanks. Bye.